Ladies and gentlemen, if there is any day in history that will ring out to you, what is that day? And it's very obvious to all of us what that day is. And that is Good Friday. Now, to many of you youngins out there are not familiar with Good Friday, and you may be wondering, Good Friday, what's so good about it? And also, to many people who are confused with it, why is it called Good Friday if what happened on that day wasn't good, it was bad? Well, the truth is, Good Friday means a lot. And I'm just going to go through it for you guys. It's a brief explanation video for you guys. It's nothing really over dramatic or anything. I'm just doing this video just because I really want to do it. So we're just going to over review this. So here we go. So let's put this into context, guys. What is one thing that we as humans have in common? And that is we make bad choices. Now, there are so many of us that make decisions that we probably aren't familiar with, or decisions that we obviously know that we're doing, but we don't talk about it. Like, this has been going on ever since the beginning of time, ever since the story of Adam and Eve, when they basically sinned, when God told them not to bite out of a tree that they knew they were not supposed to bite out of, and we had went ahead and followed our own will, and that is the reason why we are living in the place that we are in today, and that is we make wrong choices, we mess up, and we turn away from the one who truly loved us since day one, and that is God. Like, do you guys have any idea how much sin affected us and affected our walk with the Lord? I bet some of you guys probably are not familiar with it, or you're probably familiar with it, but either way is the reason why Good Friday is so important is to remember the day that we were saved, and that was through the humble love of Jesus Christ. I cannot even think straight, guys. I cannot even explain how much this day meant to all of us, the day that we were saved from sin. Like, just going back to that moment when Jesus was in that garden and he was basically grieved by what was about to happen, knowing that sin was going to affect us, and knowing that he was the only one on that ever walked this planet that had never committed a sin, and that the responsibility of sin was in his hands, and knowing that he had to carry that entire burden, and the only way out of this was for him to die. And Jesus knew this was going to happen all along, but he was really sad about it, guys. He was really sad because he knew that dying was the only way, but he didn't want it to die because that was sad. So he knew that the only way was for him to talk to his Father, God, and he prayed to God and he told God, is there any other way to do this? But nevertheless, not my will, but thy be done. Jesus was saying that he was scared, but he was asking God to comfort him because he knew that this was going to happen and that this was the only way to save us from sin. And basically, it was just like that. It happened just like that. The next day, boom, it all happened. Jesus was flawed. He was beaten. He was torn up. He was screwed out. Like, guys, it's hard to explain, but it's true. Like, all of that went down. Like, honestly, people don't realize this, but his death was actually more darker than people make it out to be. Like, he was brutally beaten up. Like, his hands were tied up to a post and he was whipped up, guys. He was brutally beaten up. Like, all of that weight of sin was really taking effect on him. But guess what, guys? He never backed out because he loved us so much. Like, just the fact of how much love he had for every single person on this earth is just miraculous. Like, it was just miraculous that he took the weight of sin on himself and that he was willing to do whatever it took to save humanity from sin. And after all of that brutalness, all of the excruciating pain that he had to face, like I cannot imagine what kind of human on earth could ever face it like that, the way he did. But Jesus truly did. Like, guys, you have no idea how much that means to us. Like, guys, like, I don't think anyone could understand that type of love for any typical human being. Like, for all 8 billion of us currently on earth right now, but I don't know how many people walk this earth, maybe 15 billion, I'm not sure, but either way, guys, it's just like that. Like, that's the main reason why Good Friday is so important, to remind us of the day that we were truly saved from the weight of sin, and especially my own sin. Like, guys, I can't tell you how many times I've sinned, but just the thought just comes into my mind, and knowing that excruciation was so miraculous. And the entire time when he was on that cross, his mind was not on himself or the excruciation and all the mocking that he faced. Like, people were saying to him, like, Jesus, are you really the Son of God? If you really are, then why don't you call some angels down to save you or something? Like there were so many people that didn't believe that he was God's son. They were basically mocking him through the entire time. They basically put a crown of thorns on his head. They mocked him, spat on him, all of the above, guys. It was just one of the most excruciating things that ever happened. Like, no one could just imagine that excruciating death. Like, we see it in portrayals of films, but in reality, it was worse. Like, it was much worse back in the day to be crucified. Like, I'm not going to get into full detail because I'm not trying to be a bit of a dramatic YouTuber here, but, you know, you get the point, guys. But either way, that's just my message I have for you guys today. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Good Friday, and God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day.